Don't spend more money in selling your home. Instead, make more. For all your real estate needs, trust only 𝗧𝗩. 𝗧𝗩 Realty Group makes it easy to sell your home. The 𝗧𝗩 Sale by Owner offers the same services as a realtor does for a fraction of the price. For only $990, we list your home, handle digital marketing, take calls, and schedule home showings for you. Planning to buy a house? 𝗧𝗩 has the best tools and agents to make your journey happy. We offer home buyers rebate of 1% or more cash back towards the closing. Visit our website to learn more about our programs. www.𝗧𝗩homes.com. For more details, please contact 908-304-9621 or 908-337-1289.
మానవ సేవయే మాధవ సేవ. ఈ నానుడికి సాక్ష్యంగా నిలిచి పిల్లలకు ఏ అవసరం వచ్చినా మేమున్నామంటూ ముందడుగు వేస్తున్న సంస్థ సాఫ్ట్కిన్. అవసరంలో ఉన్న పిల్లల సహాయార్థం సాఫ్ట్కిన్ సంస్థ నిర్వహిస్తోంది సాంగ్ ఫెస్ట్ లైవ్ స్ట్రీమ్ కాంపిటీషన్.
మనసు మీద వయసుకున్న అదుపు చెప్పతగునా.
నా వసంతం నీకు సొంతం, నా సమస్తం నీదే కదా నిస్తం.
మబ్బులోన వాన వెల్లులా, మట్టిలోన నీటి జల్లులా, గుండెలోన ప్రేమ ముల్లులా దాగినావుగా.
మనుషులలోనే ఉన్నదంటనేస్తాం. ఎన్నో కలలను చూసి కన్నే కొనుగొదిలేసే నువ్వే తను వెతికే తొలి వెలుగని తెలిసే.
ప్రముఖ సంగీత శ్రేష్ఠుల సమక్షంలో టాలీవుడ్ మరియు క్లాసికల్ సింగర్స్ కు ఆహ్వానం. మీలోని టాలెంట్ ని కూడా ప్రదర్శించేందుకు మీ పేరు, మీ వీడియోను ఏప్రిల్ 10లోగా రిజిస్టర్ చేసుకోండి. ఫైనల్ కాంపిటీషన్ 19th June 2021. వాచ్ లైవ్ ఆన్ TVASIA Telugu. అనాథ పిల్లలకు అందమైన జీవితాన్ని అందించండి. వారి చిరునవ్వుకు సాక్ష్యంగా నిలవండి.
TVASIA Telugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome back to yet another fantastic episode of our talk show The Experts. మనతో ఉన్నారు మన expert Rahul Reddy garu. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being here on the show as always.
Thanks for inviting me.
Rahul garu, this week I think we have one of your should I say favorite topics, predictions, you know. So priority dates predictions and matter for EB2 and EB3. I know that's always been like a fun subject to discuss. So predicting the unpredictable, and the dates have advanced in the month of May. What lies ahead and what is expected in the month of October of 2021?
Well, instead of me predicting wrong most of the times, this time I choose to relay the information, let the people predict it. Definitely, we did not predicted that in October of 2020 that it's going to move all the way to January of 2015. I did not. I was looking at maybe 2012 or maybe 2013. I mean, that's the most. So practically the dates moved from May 1st of 2010, which was actually in 2012. That was the priority date. They moved to January of 2015, January of 2015. So it's almost like 4.5 years movement or what, 14, 13, 12, 11. Yeah, almost 4.5 years movement that I did not expect at all. Believe me, you can see the previous videos in the TVASIA. Yeah, we did not predict that. Absolutely not. We were thinking about 2012 and 2013.
Yeah.
Now, what is Charlie, the State Department official who's in charge of of moving the dates back and forth. What is he telling us right now? He's telling us that the final action dates for the EB2 and EB3 will advance very aggressively. As we already know that the final action date, especially for the EB3, has moved almost like 5-6 months. He's expecting that the next month, that means that in June visa bulletin, it may move all the way to, it will definitely move more than 5 months. He said that he added that on top of that, it may even move 6 months to 7 months more in the month of June. Wow. So that's one prediction that's he's telling us. He has more data. USCIS used to release the data with regards to the 485 applications. And out of those 485 applications, what are all the priority dates that are pending? Right now, we're not getting the data. All we know is the I-140 approval data under EB2 and EB3 for Indian nationals and other nationals too. But that doesn't give a clear idea, though. Now, having said that, Nithya Garu, the priority dates, approximately about 100 to 120,000. Now, he gave the exact number. Is actually 120,000 extra green cards were being granted for the employment based, because the unused family green cards did come into 2021, starting on October 1st of 2020. Now, starting in October 1st of 2021, though, what Charlie has said to us very clearly is that it's going to be more than 135,000. So when it is 120,000 to be, it moved for 4.5 years. Now, when it is going to be $135,000 plus, how much movement it's going to be? Now, it may not, I mean, that according to that stats, though, it should move to 2020, but absolutely, I'm not thinking about it at all. I'll be very surprised if it moves to 2020, but then, you know, guess what? We were wrong so many times. We can be. So in October of 2020, we definitely can see a filing date chart move very, very, very aggressively. We don't know, 135,000 extra on top of the 140,000 green cards will be there. And the good part about it is that a lot of people ask this question to Charlie also, does Indian get all these things? Yeah, mostly it will be only Indians. Why? Because there's nobody else waiting there. Only Indians are waiting there.
Yeah.
So Indians are expected to get almost 120,000 extra green cards this year and almost 135,000 extra green cards next year. When nobody's waiting, the 7% limitation is not there. They will give to Indians. So that's the reason why the extra green cards is a very big boon for Indian nationals.
Yeah, I can imagine. Sounds like music to my ears, Andy. I hope.
Sure.
I hope all our past predictions are, you know, overturned with like this 2020 kind of news, and, you know, let's hope that everybody gets their green card really quick.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, Andy Rahul Garu, let's proceed to speak with our callers. All right, let's get our first caller, Andy. Caller from area code 908. We're ready for you. All right, we have a question also from Born to Win. It says, how long do we have to wait in India until we can re-enter the US on a B2 tourist visa?
There is no particular black and white rule with regards to when you can enter, when you cannot enter. For example, if you want to come for a medical treatment, you can come immediately. There's nothing wrong with it. But make sure that the purpose of the B2 visa is for you to visit United States, visiting the family, visiting the places like Las Vegas and, you know, whatever not. But the purpose should not be to stay here and visit India. Typically, when you come here and you stay for 6 months and you go and you try to come back immediately, there is a good chance that you'll be in trouble.
Okay.
I normally recommend them, if you stayed for 6 months here, if you're trying to come back, at least stay outside for 6 more months before you try to come back into the United States.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Andy. Okay. Caller from area code 908. We're ready for you. Hello?
Hello. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Hello, Rahul and Nithya Garu. Thanks a lot for helping the community, Andy.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Hello?
Cheppan, sir.
Yeah,
Please
Yeah. Sir, I have two questions, sir. Actually, I had applied for a downgrade from EB2 to EB3 in the month of December as I waited for my priority date to become current. It was EB2 June 6th. Still, I am yet to receive the biometrics mail. It's up more than 4 months. Just wondering when can I expect it to receive, or are they waiving the biometrics appointments, or can I expect EAD and AP in the mail at a time?
Biometrics is, we are unable to understand how the USCIS is operating the biometrics at this point of time. Definitely, there are a lot of people who have received the biometrics, even the people that have filed in December. There are some people who filed in October that didn't receive the biometrics. Then we are receiving notices from the USCIS, EMMA particularly, when you chart online, oh, we have used your biometrics that you have submitted when you got the passport snapping. Or some people, if they have filed for the H4 extensions, they have used those biometrics too. Sometimes they're using, sometimes they're not using. We're unable to understand the central theory at this point of time, when they are using, when they're not using. We're expecting that they will comment in the next 2 to 3 weeks. What are they doing with the biometrics? Are they using the ones that we gave it when you got the visa? We don't know yet though. For you right now, you will have to wait your turn. There is nothing else you can do. You'll have to wait for your biometrics. We have also noticed that for some people, though, even though without biometrics they have approved the EAD, for a majority of them, they are holding the EAD approvals until the biometrics has been done.
Okay. My second and last question, sir. Actually, most probably my PD will be current in the June bulletin. It is EB. I'm EB2. My actual date is EB2 June 6, 2011. So most probably that will cross that date for EB3 too. But the thing is, my company is not ready to apply for premium processing for I-140, and within a month or two, if my EB2 priority date also becomes current, even if I apply for interfiling so that I can bypass this I-140 in EB3, can I get the green card faster, or will the interfiling help, or will it be just a waste of money, sir?
Well, there is no money involved in interfiling. That's number one. You can try the interfiling. There is nothing wrong in interfiling. But the only thing is that it's not going to be that there is no official policy of interfiling. You'll have to send a letter to them saying that, hey, look, consider my EB2, my I-140 is already approved. There is a chance they may consider it and grant you the green card immediately. There is a chance for it. You should try to do it though, if your priority date is current in EB2. Okay,
sir. Thanks a lot, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks, Nitya.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. All right, let's go to our next caller. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗞 𝗦𝗛𝗧𝗛. Says, we are expecting H4 EAD for my daughter anytime soon. Can she continue studying and taking up internships on an H4 EAD?
Did she set H4 EAD for the daughter?
Yeah, H4 EAD.
There's no H4 EAD for the children though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He says, can she continue taking up internships on H4 EAD even after she becomes 21, assuming
H4 EAD is only for the spouse. It's not for the children. So that question is a little bit moot for me.
Okay. All right. Let's go on to the next caller then in that case. And Rajgaru, if you're watching this, can you please, send us back the actual question? All right. On the caller from area code 773. We're ready for you now?
Yes. Can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Namaskaram. I have applied for my son for F1, and now we are going to apply for B2. The question is the B2, while applying, do we have to justify as a visit purpose, or do we have to prove in that sense that because of the F1 pending
F1
application?
No, you don't have to justify the visiting purposes. You have to say it's an interim B2 application. You're only filing this for the purpose of maintaining the legal status so that the F1 can be approved.
Okay. So we don't have to schedule summary and all that, right? That we are going here and there.
No, you don't. You don't say that you're going to Las Vegas or anything like that. No, you will say that my F1 is pending. I'm waiting for the F1. I don't want to fall out of status. That's the only reason I'm filing the B2. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. All right, on to our next caller. We have another question. This is from Bobby Manuel. It says, my priority date is 2015 October. I have a 16-year-old boy. Is it advisable to downgrade?
What is his priority date, he said?
2015 of October. October 2015.
Definitely it is worth for him to downgrade though.
Okay.
Because it's going to extend, I mean, if the priority date becomes, if the filing dates become current, it's definitely worth for him to downgrade. Two things. One, he's filing the 485. Second thing is that he's also delaying the age of his son.
Okay. All right. Let's go to our caller, Reddy. Caller from area code 804. We're ready for you now.
Hello, Rahul Garu and 𝗬𝗓𝗪. Thanks for taking my call. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please go.
Yeah, Rahul Garu, I have two questions. My first question is, for a master's candidate to be filed in EB2, what is his requirement? I mean, 4 years bachelor's plus master's plus what is the professional experience, minimum professional experience? Is it 3 years or 2 years?
It doesn't need to have any experience for getting into the EB2 criteria though. I just want to let you know that it's not what you have, it's what the position requires that will determine whether it's an EB2 or not. But to determine for EB2, masters with 0 years experience. Masters means bachelor's of 4 years plus 2 years of master's degree plus 0 years of experience will qualify for EB2. Also, bachelor's plus 5 years. So will qualify for EB2. It's either master's or bachelor's plus 5 years will qualify under EB2.
Okay. So my second question, why I asked this first question is, so the second question I'm asking for my friend. So my friend is working for employer A and he has his labor and 140 approved. So in his current labor, he sees that his employment history is wrongly put in. I mean, his current employer, like he's working for his current employer from 2018, but he sees that the employer put it from 2017. He skipped off the previous employer in the labor. So if like, and right now he's planning to move to other employer and this other employer B, if he's filing the labor, so will that be an issue? Because in his current...
I will have to look into whether he's qualified. What does the position tell? Whether he's qualified for the position without that 1 year particular thing though. If he's qualified, it's just a clerical error. I don't see it's a problem. But if the qualification he's meeting only because of that 1 year though, then he may be in trouble.
No, actually he has genuine experience, but he skipped off the previous employer. Just he put that he's working with the current employer from 3 years.
If you would have got the I-140 approval, it's just a clerical error that should not cause any problem for him.
Okay, so with the new employer which is planning to move, like he has to give all the, like he has to include that employer which was skipped as well, right?
Absolutely, he should give the correct statement. If there is any query or something like that, he can explain it's a clerical error.
Okay, because I was asking this because if there's difference in the labor employment history, would that trigger a flag or something like that in future?
Even if it's a flag, you should explain it. You should give the correct statement. He should give the correct statement.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. All right, let's go on to our next caller, Andy. In the meantime, I have a question. This is from Anand N. He says, my I-140 EB3 downgrade was filed with the previous employer on October 22nd of 2020 in Nebraska Center. Nebraska current processing time is November 14th of 2020. I still haven't received approval.
Normally though, the downgrade applications does not go in the same fashion as what they posted on. The posted lines are for normal for I-140 application, not for the downgrade applications. I strongly still recommend people, even if it has crossed the processing date, still do premium processing though.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul. All right, on to our next caller, Andy. Caller from area code 650. We're ready for you now.
Hello, Rahul sir and Nitya ma'am. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can. Please go ahead.
Rahul sir, first of all, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the great community service that you are offering to this child. Really, really appreciate it. I have a unique situation. I joined my current company 4 years back. I was an individual contributor at that time. My perm I-140 was filed by my company and it got approved. I have my priority date of November 2011. Mid of last year, I transitioned to a managerial role. Given that my job responsibility got changed, my company attorney has asked me to file a new perm. We were in the process of filing the new perm, but then everyone's favorite month, October, came in. Since I had I-140 already approved with my current company, my attorney recommended to use my IC I-140 and file EB2 to EB3 downgrade application. I did that in October. I have done with my biometric. I have applied premium processing last week, waiting for the result. Please note, I have not yet filed my new perm for my managerial role. They are planning to apply in end. I have two questions for you. The first one is it required for me to move to my IC role? If yes,
ICO, what is ICO? What is ICO?
Individual contributor, the old role, not the managerial role, right?
Got the point. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so if yes, then would that be when my final action date becomes current or before my manager perm is approved or once I get the EAD AP?
Technically speaking there must be a job offer existing for that particular position for which the I-140 has been filed. And the job offer should continue to exist. There is no requirement for you to actually do the job though. If ever anything comes in, I mean, you could always join that job after you get the green card though. There is no requirement that you have to do it right now.
Got it. So I can wait until my final action becomes current. I get the,
once you get the green card in your hand, at that point of time, if you wish to, you can join that old job.
And if I don't wish,
there are a lot of exceptions to that. Let's keep it right now that maybe you wish it, okay? Because sometimes, you don't have to express all your wishes to everybody that goes on. Just because you eat meat, it doesn't mean that you're going to put the bones on your neck and go around, right? So sometimes maybe you should not express your wishes. So there must be a job offer, and a job offer must exist. And the job offer should continue to exist. That's all it's required for people to get a green card. Are there people who are not working for the company filing the 485 application? Yes. Is there a requirement that they have to work? No. Once the 180 days passes, they can move on to a different company, file a 485. So there are a lot of exceptions that are available if by any chance after you get the green card, you don't wish to join the company. But let's for the technical purposes, let's say you wish to join the old job. Let's keep it that way.
Got it. Okay. So should I continue to file my managerial
form
as well? Or?
Should you continue the managerial role? I would not if I will.
Got it. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Rahul Garu. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. All right. Let's go to
the green card requirement is only that there must be a job offer existing.
Right.
There's no requirement that the person has to work for the job.
Makes sense.
There are a lot of exceptions for it.
Got it. Unique situation indeed, Andy.
Yeah.
All right. Before we go to our next caller, I have a question. This is from 𝗧𝗩𝗪 𝗪𝗧𝗪. He says, can my son sign up for the UCLA Spring 2022 quarter, which is the last quarter before he turns 21, on an H4 visa so he can continue to pay resident fees, but register for the same spring of 2022 community college on an F1?
So on the last semester before he turns 21, he will be paying the tuition fees in state And in the same semester, he's going to have the
community college. So he's asking if he can sign up for the UCLA spring quarter on his H4 and pay the resident fees, but also register for the community college for the same period on an F1.
He can. He can.
He can. Okay.
Yeah.
Long story short, he can. All right. Thanks, Eric. Yeah. Okay. On to our next caller, area code 732. Caller from area code 732. We're ready for you now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you,
yes.
Sir. Please go ahead.
Perfect. Hi, Nitya ma'am. Hi, Rahul Garu. Thanks for taking all our questions and answering them. Really appreciate your service. So I have two questions, Rahul Garu. The first question I have is, my priority date is April 1st, 2011, which is just 8 months away from today's EB2 category. And my I-145 was filed in October of 2020 under EB2 straight without a downgrade. Now that we are very close to that date in EB3, is there a valid reason for me to downgrade from my EB2 to EB3? Because I'm like 3 months away on EB2 and 8 months away on EB2 for my priority date. What do you suggest?
If I were you, I would not downgrade.
Okay.
You're already in 485 right now. These dates, they move left and right. Sometimes, who imagined EB3 would have been forward is right, then EB2, nobody imagined that, right? So at the same time, when you take the history of the China's priority dates though, sometimes the EB2 is forward, sometimes the EB3 is forward. I'm expecting that pretty soon, we may hit that kind of nature in about 3 to 4 months. So you try to change to EB3 and then guess what? EB2 moves forward. Then what you're going to do, it's going to be just like Los Angeles traffic. That's how it moves in Los Angeles. Right. The lane that I stay in actually stays. It doesn't move. When I move to the different lane, guess what? The lane I just moved keeps moving. So if I were you, I would not downgrade.
Okay, just stay put in the same EB2 category, maybe in a 1 month or 2 month time frame. It should be current, right?
I'm not telling you anything, but if I were you, I would not downgrade. I can go wrong.
So So one other question, Rahul Garu. So let's say, I won't move. I get that. Let's say if we have to, if my wife uses, we already got our biometrics done back in April of 8th, this month 8th. We still did not receive our EAD and advance parole. Let's say once we receive it, my wife's H4 is expiring on 30th of April this month. And she's working. I'm guessing the moment she gets EAD, she might just use it. That's my prediction. So if she marries to EB2 EAD, and if there was a reason for me to down...
She's not marrying to the EB2 or anything. She's only marrying to the AOS though. So just because you both are married to the AOS, you can still downgrade. It's not a problem.
Yeah, because I don't plan on using EAD because I have H1B good until 2024.
Even if you or your wife uses it, you can downgrade. It's not going to cause any problem.
And the downgrade would be intrafile, or will this be a new application sent?
It'll be interfiling. I would not file a new application if I were you.
Okay, my attorney, my company attorney said, she will amend my existing EB2 I-140 and then she can downgrade it. Then I'll lose EB2 in future. She just gave me a big whole explanation, which I'm not happy about.
We from the beginning, TVASIA has been telling there is no amendment required. It's a new application. A lot of people said they can't do it. We have done many. And all of a sudden in October, a lot of lawyers have agreed that no, you don't need to file an amendment. It's a new application. So you will have both EB2 and EB3 at the same time.
So I need to wait for biometrics on the EB3 if we ever file a new one, right? So we can use the EB2 already taken biometrics for EB3 if we apply for a new application.
I would not.
Is that right,
No. You just file, if you want to convert into EB3 though, you file an I-140, downgrade as a new application, not as an amendment. You get the EB3 approved and you do interfiling.
So, sir, I'm taking too much time. I know, everybody wants to get an answer. One quick clarification is, I'm working for this company for almost 13 years. I do have EB2 approved and EB3 approved. EB2 was as a software engineer, and this one is a principal software engineer. EB3 is principal and EB2 is senior software engineer. So I already have both EB2 and EB3 I-140s in hand, approved already. So can I use my EB2, which was previous role, same qualifications, same requirements? Can I still use that EB3 approval from the previous 2011 approval, even though I'm in a different designation now?
I would not use it.
Okay.
I would not use it. If you were to use it, it will create a lot of troubles. It will open up, it will flare up, it will open up other doors of avenue for an RFE. I would not use the previous EB3. If you want to use it, downgrade it and use it with interfiling.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate all your help. I think that's all I have. Thanks for answering. Thank you. Bye.
Calling. All right, on to our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, this is from Sirisha 433. Says, hi, I filed the 485 EB3 downgrade on October of 2020. In Feb of 2021, interfiled to EB1A. If we use EAD, will it be considered married to the EB3 485 or EB1 485? 1A. Can primary applicant change their job with the 485J?
First thing is that when you get married, though, you're getting married to the adjustment of status. So when the interfiling happens, though, you be whichever, whether it's EB3 or EB1, you can consider whichever you want it, though. It's not that you're getting married to EB3 or EB1. If you're interfiling, you're getting married to all the things, nothing to do with only one thing. So just because you get married, you can still do the interfiling and change it. Nothing wrong with it. As far as changing the company is concerned, though, especially since you now upgraded interfile with the EB1A, I would not do the 485J supplement, changing the company, though, until 6 months after you do the interfiling. Not from 6 months from the time you file the 485, but 6 months from the time you file the interfiling.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's go to our next caller, Andy. Caller from area code 602. We're ready for you.
Hi, Nitya. Rahul here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. So actually, my wife is on H4EAD. She's doing a contract now. Her H4EAD is expiring in January 2022. Now, actually, she got a full-time offer on H4EAD, but her H4EAD is getting expired in January. So she's because anyway they will terminate after her H4EAD expires, right? So because we already applied, but we are sure that she will not get before January 2022. So she'll get terminated. So now we are asking how much chances we have like to get our 485 EAD. My priority date is like 2012 December, but last October I missed my board. So with my new employer, I applied my because I moved to new employer. My old employer.
Okay, got it.
So right now my perm is already applied in November, so I'm expecting around like June ending sometime to get my perm approval. So as per Charlie, he told that by October, right, he will match the filing dates, right? So if that doesn't happen, anyway, in October 2021, anyway, the filing dates will move and I can apply it.
Right,
but
right.
Is there any chance?
You heard Charlie in your expectation of priority date getting current seems to be very realistic based on especially what Charlie has said. But the time period that it's taking to get the 485 EAD is approximately around 4 to 6 months.
Oh, okay. So even when you apply in October, it will take 4 to 6 months, right?
That is right. But there is a chance you may be applying. There is a chance you may be applying in July too. There's a chance for it.
Yeah, that's what. But is there any chance, like by July, will it come to 2012 December?
I don't know. There is a chance for it.
That's what.
There's a chance for it. Especially EB3 could be. So if it becomes current though, then yeah, you can file in July. You don't have to wait for October.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like which one will come first? So because he was already
Right,
Yeah,
right.
right.
We studied, yeah. So you could. I mean, I'm just telling it's taking 4 to 6 months. Rest of the things with regards to the priority date, there is a chance you might get the 485 file in July itself. Okay.
July, because he was telling that because of lot of people downgraded from EB2 to EB3, the movement might not be that much because a lot of applications were downgraded, right? So I was thinking whether it will come to 2012 December or not.
He said that he's going to move all the way to January of 2014 at least, if not 15. So that's a lot. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm expecting.
Okay,
Yeah. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you for calling, Andy. Let's go
Yeah,
on to
thank you.
caller. Yeah. Let's go on to caller. I have a question in the meantime from Sarah Book. She says, my husband has a priority date of EB2 October 2010 and I have a priority date of EB3 September of 2012. We've filed separate AOS. Should I jump on my husband's application or wait for my own?
October 2010 seems to be definitely very, very well advanced though. If I were her, I'm going to jump on to the husband's application rather than her application. Now I can go wrong in this judgment call. I'm just telling this is what I would do.
WWRD.
Yeah. I would jump on to the husband's 485.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Rahul Garu. And on that note, let's go to our caller, Ande. Caller from area code 210. We're ready for you now. So please press *6 to unmute your line. *6, Ande, to unmute your line. All right. While we're waiting for this person.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Rahul Garu, Nitya Garu. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for taking my call. I have a question related to, applying a fund for my daughter. I'm on H1B visa and my priority date is EB3 2013 December. I filed my 485 in downgrade and also included my daughter as well. She's in H4 and she'll be aging out in next 10 months. So in order for my date EB3 2013 to become current in the final action date, it may take more than, like 4 months or 5 months, or we don't know, even it could take next year mid, right? So if I apply for her F1 now, what are the chances that it will get approved? And what are your suggestions in case my date doesn't become current in next 7 months? So that...
Well, first thing is that I definitely would like your daughter to apply for the F1 visa. Though we have to trust Charlie and think that the final action dates become current, but we can't keep all eggs in one basket. What if that doesn't turn out to be true? It's going to be disastrous for us if that doesn't turn out to be true. So that's one. Second thing is that just because she gets to the F1 visa, if she gets the F1 approved, which may take up to 8 months to almost 18 months, just because she gets the F1 visa, she doesn't get kicked out of the 485 application.
Right.
She's still in the 485 application. Correct. The second thing is that if it gets approved, even if the F1 gets approved, she doesn't get the 485. She doesn't get kicked out of the 485 application.
But in case it gets rejected again? So let's say my date
F1. If your final action dates become current, though, you can withdraw the F1. You don't need F1.
Okay, but in case, my second question, last and second question. In case it becomes current, and in case for some reason, if my 485 gets denied, don't think that I'm pessimistic here. I'm just trying to possible option. So what are my options for my daughter? Can I still apply for her F1 again, assuming she did not turn 21 still? Will USCIS go and approve it?
One thing is that for your daughter to get locked in, final action dates are not the only thing. Your I-140 should be approved too, is that right?
Yeah, that's approved.
Now,
yeah.
So if your I-140 is approved though, and then you're thinking that the 485 will be denied, that's like exception to exception to exception. So I would rather not address this what's the reason why the 485 get denied? Have you done any crime that I don't know about other than the traffic tickets? So let's discuss.
Maybe some certificates, some mistype and all, right? So birth certificate.
We will. It's better. It's better. It's better to not plan too much about it right now, unless you have specific concern about the 485. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's go on to our next caller, Andy. We have a question in the meantime. This is from Ravi K. He says, after getting the green card under EB2 or 3, can dependent spouse with the new GC start and continue to work while the primary applicant is not in the US for 3 to 6 months? Will that be a problem?
If the purpose of the primary applicant is to visit India, though, and then he's just visiting the country, though, the dependent can work, nothing wrong with it.
Okay. All right. Let's go to our caller. Caller from area code 617. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Andy. Rahul V, thank you for your help. So I have 2 questions. I know you have answered many times, and I also listened to it many times, but it's like you're not satisfied until you tell your case. So the thing is, I have applied for my 485 in EB2, and there is no downgrade. And it is from my previous employer. So it is from my previous employer, and my 180 days will be passed this April, and I have a new job offer to join from June 1st. So do I need to get a 485J from USCIS to be able to
when you say
join a new
you
company? I someone saying that you would get a 485J from USCIS.
You do not get it. You file it with them. Do you need to get the receipt?
I totally.
Do you need to get the receipt notice in your hand to join that company? No, you don't need to.
Oh, okay, great. And also you have mentioned it that you don't have to go to the previous employer, and I did listen to you that I think it is not mandatory that you have to go back. So the other question is the job title. So someone might say software developer, someone might say software engineer, someone would say principal data engineer.
Yeah, we have had no problems as long as they are in the software field itself, though. Yes, definitely from software you would move to a civil engineering job. I don't think so. That's a relevant thing, though. And you become a restaurant manager, definitely not. Lawyer, not. But if you moved from Java, J-A-V-A, not the coffee that I drink, but the Java software to SAP, it still, according to us, is a software. It still is not what you think, it's not what you think. I mean, as long as you're in the software field, I have not seen any denial whatsoever at all.
Right. Okay. So one last question, sir. So you always say that the employer has to show there was a genuine job offer at the time of filing. So when will usually get that kind of a query from USCIS? If it is 180 days past, and if an employee moves out of the company, why would that company would say, yes, there was a genuine offer that we have applied for him since I have left, right? So
wait.
In that situation, what happens?
Under the penalty of perjury, your employer has signed an I-485J supplement. If he's telling that there is no genuine job offer, though, he's poking his own eyes. He'll be in bigger danger than you are.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. Okay, let's go on to our next caller.
Thanks, Andy. Bye.
Okay. Next caller, Andy. And question, this is from 𝗧𝗟𝗞 says, if I'm called for a 485 interview, should I ask my employer to adjust my role to match the 140 title before the interview, or is it okay if I take that title after the 485 is approved? What should I tell the interview officer? I moved up the ladder due to natural progression after my I-140 was approved, or, you know,
as we said, that the employer intends to still offer the old job to you is enough for you to get the green card. Yeah, I mean, as I pointed out, that if you would show your intention, that you may have an intention of joining that job, will resolve all the problems.
Okay.
Will resolve all the problems. If you don't intend, though, yes, you can hire a lawyer like me and pay a lot of money and I can have a house like this one. But if you intend to join the job, then it will resolve all the problems and you don't have to pay a lawyer with like this kind of house lawyer.
Okay. All right. Rahul Garu, we're gonna have to start another Rahul's mansion fund.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, let's go to our next caller. Caller from area code 609. We're ready for you now.
Hi, Rahul Garu.
Yes, sir.
I'm working in Chicago and the client is in location. Because
client where? Client is where?
Same location. Same location in Chicago. Okay, because of this work from home, I'm planning to move to New Jersey or New York. Like, do I need to apply for amendment? What do you suggest?
Yes, you need to file an amendment.
Okay.
We do not recognize cyberspace as a space. We call the rule of butts. If your butt is moving from Chicago to New Jersey, it doesn't come under the same MSA. You have to file an amendment.
Fine. I have one more question. What are the
Sorry for using a bad word.
Okay. What are the EB2 predictions by October 2021 as per Charlie's call? Like last week, Charlie had a call, right?
Yes.
What are the EB2, like filing dates?
Definitely, I'm expecting 3 years movement. I'm hoping I'll be wrong, like the way last time, and then maybe 5 years. I don't know. I'm expecting 3 years.
Okay, then. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. Let's go
3
to
years is 2018.
Okay. All right. Let's go to our next caller, and we have another question. This is from Break an Egg. All right, guys. With pending I-485 and I-140 downgrade approval, if we change jobs by filing the 485J, can we use Interfile to use EB2 with a new employer in case EB2 becomes current before EB3 in the future?
Good question. Question of the day. If you move to a different employer and you had EB2 and EB3 approve your previous employer, though, no, you cannot do interfiling unless the new employer files the perm and I-140 again.
Interesting. That would have been convenient, though, if you could have done that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you cannot, because I-140 belongs to a different employer. This new employer cannot use that I-140.
Okay, makes sense, sir. Okay, let's go to our next caller, Andy. Caller from area code 316. We're ready for you.
Namaskaram, sir. So I have a question that I have filed my 485 EB2 on November. I'm finishing 180 days on May 24th. So I'm planning to go back to my employer. I'm planning to switch back to the new company. So I haven't get that EAD yet. So after joining, if I received any EAD RFE, is that a new employer can support for the RFE?
So your I-140, if your I-140 is approved, the RFE will not be for the EAD. RFE will be for 485. Typically, when we receive an RFE, they ask us things like medical, medical things like birth certificate. They have nothing related with the employer. So let's take those RFEs out. The only RFE that we receive normally with the employer is that the USCIS asks, is the job offer with the previous employer that filed the 485 still exist? If not, where are you working? And we would like to have a new employer submit a 485J supplement. So And as we suggested before, though, if you're moving anyway, you should submit the 485J supplement with the new employer. It's not mandatory that you have to do it, but I strongly recommend that when you change the employer, though, you should file a 485J supplement with the new employer.
Sure, sir. So when they file a 485J, is that they can submit the medical also, or?
You can do that at that time.
Sure. And one more question, like my PD is 2009. At the time, prevailing wages are very low. My employer, the current employer, he filed that exact the same amount of prevailing wage as a salary in 485J. The new employer, he is going to pay more amount, competitive amount. So if in case I have to go back, if any reason in the future, I have to go back to the previous employer who filed the day one 485 first, if in case if I'm going with them, they might pay for one more 485J with lesser salary. Is that will trigger any RFE?
No, it will not trigger any RFE. If your new employer is paying 10 times more and previous employer is continuing the job offer that he made to you, it's nothing. It doesn't trigger anything. What he's telling is that the minimum salary that he's going to pay once you get the green card, though. He's not saying that at this point of time, what is the salary he's paying. So let's say, for example, in 2010, your prevailing wage was $60,000, but you're actually now making $120,000. Him telling that $60,000 is a job offer I still have is nothing wrong in it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That's what I'm question.
And if the current company wants to pay right now $600,000, that still is fine too.
All right. On to our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, I have a question. This is from Kumar Bathala. He says, my priority date of June 2011 is projected to become current under the FAB in June 21. No update from my October downgrade application except receipts from the Texas Service Center. Will there be any action taken by USCIS when the FAD becomes current? Will they send biometrics at least then?
They should, and they're a little bit behind right now. They should be sending the biometrics pretty soon. I would say that the majority of the people did get the biometrics. Not all of them, but majority of them did get the biometrics. Okay. They are working. They should be getting it biometrics pretty soon. That's my expectation.
Fair enough. All right. On to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 904. We're ready for you now. So please *6 to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line, Andy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Nicha Garu and Rahul Garu.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
Thank you for your service to the committee. I have a question. I actually filed for EB1A in October 2020. And at the same time, I also filed my EB2 NIW. My EB1A was approved in February 2021. So the question I am having here is, when I submitted my EB2 NIW application, the receipt notice I got was also in the EB1A regular processing.
I'm confused now. You got the same receipt number for both the things?
No, it's a different receipt number. Actually, we filed for EB2 NIW, but the receipt came back as EB1A too.
I got the point. Okay.
So the question is now I became current in April and I filed for adjustment of status. Now I'm getting a different opinion from the law firm. One is saying just withdraw the other petition because if there is a pending petition, it gets delayed. The adjustment of status gets delayed.
I would withdraw the EB2 NIW because you don't need that. Other thing is that what if they issue an RFP and then what if there is a denial on this one? It will reflect very negatively on your 485 application. That's the reason I have no reason to continue with your EB2. That's just a misprint that happened with the EB1A. I would withdraw that. I completely agree with your lawyer.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. Let's go to our next caller, Randy. Okay. We have a question in the meantime. This is from H1 Bro. He says if old priority date is current, new I-140 is not ready, what are the options given the situation for an H-1B extension? Is it possible that they will not give at least 1 year of H-1 extension? Also, how can we get an extension for 3 years of the H-1B given the situation on old priority date current and new 140 not ready, you know?
It's a very good question. A lot of people have been posing this question. If my priority date is current and I did not file the 485 application, can I extend the H-1B is the main question that is popping up. You can. Absolutely, you can. The reason how you can is if you're not working with the same company, then you definitely can extend the H-1B. The reason why you are allowed to file the extension is because it's taking a long time for you to get the green card, they are extending it. So the question is that, hey, your priority date is current, why do you have to extend the H-1B? Well, you're not working for the same company.
Right.
There are not only that, there are many other exceptions too. Even if the person is working for the same company though, there are exceptions. They can say, I moved into a different job level. Maybe I need to file another labor certification, I-140. So practically there are so many loopholes in there though.
Okay.
I don't see any reason of not extending the H-1B because your priority date is correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Okay, let's move on to a caller, Andy. Caller from area code 404. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 404. Please press *6 to unmute your line. *6 Andy to unmute your line. All right, let's go to our next question in the meantime. This is from Purvi Rick. Says I-140 is pending in premium processing. 485 has been pending for 150 days. What are the consequences if I have to switch to a new team at same or different location? I work in a product-based company.
New team, but you're still in the software and the regular thing, so I don't see anything wrong with it.
So, but just different location. Yeah.
If it's a different location, though, it's as I said to previously, though, the job offer should be existing for him, though. Since the job offer, even if, for example, this guy is working in Seattle, and the labor certification is for a product-based company, they said it's only Seattle. Normally for consulting companies, it says that they can work at any unanticipated locations. But let's say, for example, he's working for Microsoft and the job position specifically says only Seattle, though. If he's going to move to, let's say, for example, Florida, is it going to cause any problem? As long as the company's job offer is still existing in Seattle.
Okay.
Even though he takes up a job in Florida temporarily, if the job offer for him still exists in Seattle, it's not a problem.
Okay.
He doesn't need to do anything on the 485 application.
Got it. Would we need to file a 485?
485J supplement? No.
Okay.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's go to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 404. We're ready for you now.
Hello, Nitya Garu. Hello, Rahul Garu. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes. Please go ahead.
So, Rahul Garu, నాకు ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఉందండి. So, my mom's name is little different in my passport as well as birth certificate. So, is that going to cause any problem for me? So, I mean, spelling-wise, there is no problem, but space-wise, there is a difference between these two documents.
Spelling-wise, no problem. There is a space is a problem. Is that what you're speaking?
Yes.
Oh. Do you know my name?
Yeah.
What is it?
Rahul Reddy.
No, not correct. You're completely wrong, actually. Rahul is my family name. My name is actually Venkat. That's true.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is, yeah, Rahul is my family name. It got messed up. You know, they said, Phil, what is your first name? You know, the way we write in India is Rahul Venkat Reddy. That's my family name. So it got messed up. So I'm still living with it right now. So with regards to your mom, absolutely not a problem. Space, not an issue at all. Not going to be any problem. There are sometimes we get tough RFEs on those things, and I shoot them down, and I call it as a 𝗏𝗪𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗞. I have it. I'll tell you the secret of the 𝗏𝗪𝗧𝗔 to you. We can get your mom DNA in your DNA, say, hey, she's your mom. That will end the story, though. So, but for sure, we don't have to use the Brahmastra for you. Just because of the space, you should not have any problem in your green card. Even later on, once you get the citizenship, you want to sponsor your mom, that should still not cause any problem for you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you.
Okay, on to our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Sriram Katuri. Says, I was laid off 3 months after filing Eb3 140 downgrade petition. September 2012 is my priority date. H1 has been transferred to a new company. Should I withdraw my Eb3 140 and AOS application?
Yes, he should. He should not rely on that because his job offer is gone. He should not rely on that. He should try to file a POM application and move on to the next company.
Fair enough. All right, on to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 512. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 512. We're ready for you. All right, let's go on to our next question here. This is from 𝗟𝗩𝗘. He says, can we use school leaving certificate from India if birth certificate is not available?
No, that is not enough. If you don't have birth certificate, I want you to try to get a non-availability certificate. That means that you go to the administration, you tell them that there is no birth certificate on this day. Let's say, for example, it's July 3rd, 1980. You mentioned that, okay, on July 3rd, 1980, we do not have any record for my birth. That's called non-availability certificate, though. If you can get that one, we would like to have it. And I would like to also have 2 affidavits of birth given by any family friends. I recommend it's not father and mother, though, but a lot of people get the father and mother. I do accept, but I recommend not to get father and mother. It should be somebody, family friends, that would be good. If somebody wants these formats of non-availability certificate and the birth affidavits, just Google, I do not have birth certificate, rnlawgroup.com.
Okay, all right.
And it has the non-availability certificate draft. It has the draft also of the birth affidavits. I also like these people to gather other documents I have listed in there, including the Aadhaar card, school leaving certificate, 10th class memo, ration card, election card. There are a lot of different cards I mentioned in the article. I would not submit to the USCIS. I would collect those documents and keep it with me.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense, Andy. Okay, thanks, Rahul Garu. Let's go to our caller from area code 512. We're ready for you.
Hello.
Hello.
Nithya and Rahul Garu, namaste andi.
Namaste, ma'am. Please go ahead.
My priority date andi July 2015 and July 2015 andi EB2. My son ki year 19 complete అయిపోతాయండి.
Okay.
అది F1 కి ఎలిజిబుల్ ఎప్పుడు అప్లై చేయాలి తన బాబుకని?
నేనైతే ఇప్పుడే అప్లై చేస్తానండి. 19 years ఉన్నప్పుడే అప్లై చేస్తానండి. ఇప్పుడే అప్లై చేయండి మీరు, ఎందుకంటే ఇట్స్ టేకింగ్ అబౌట్ 18 months. అతని F1 కి మూవ్ అయినా, అతనికి F1 మూవ్ అయినా కూడా మీరు 485 ఇంక్లూడ్ చేయొచ్చు అతన్ని.
ఓకే అండి.
Okay. I normally recommend 19 years of age to apply for F1.
Okay అండి. I have another question అండి.
చెప్పండి.
ఓకే.
చెప్పండి మ్యామ్. హలో.
చెప్పండి. అది మేము ఈ బాబుకి F1 ఇప్పుడు అప్లై చేస్తే ఇంకా ఎలిజిబుల్ కాదండి తర్వాత మేము మూవ్ అయినా కూడా EB3కి?
లేదండి, అతను ఎలిజిబుల్ అవుతాడు. హీ విల్ స్టిల్, అతనికి F1 వచ్చినా కూడా మీ 485 ఇంక్లూడ్ చేయొచ్చు అతను.
ఓకే అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి.
Thank you for calling. On to our next caller, and in the meantime we have a question. This is from Mukesh Nagar. He says, my priority date is May 12th of 2012. I-140 downgrade pending for about 6 months. Should I go for premium processing? My son's 21st birthday is in August of 22.
22. What is his priority date you said?
May 12th, 2012.
I would not go for. I would not go for premium processing. I would not. Definitely not. I will wait for the final action date to become current, and you will get a notification. Final action dates becoming current 15 days ahead. The day I see the final action date, I'm going to go premium processing.
Okay. All right. Let's go to a caller, Andy. Caller from area code 347. We're ready for you now. Please press *6 to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line. Okay, let's take a question. This is from Ashwini Rana. Says, my question is based on birth certificate. My passport has birth location as Delhi, India, but my real birth certification has Haryana, India. Can it create an issue at the time of adjustment of status?
I would recommend him to contact a lawyer to strategize which ones, how to use these things, though, rather than addressing it in there.
Okay. So Ashwini, if you're listening to this, please get in touch with the lawyer ASAP. And let's go to a caller. Caller from area code 347. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Caller from area code 347. *6 to unmute your line. Let's take another question. Hello?
Hi, Nitya and Rahul. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Rahul. Actually, my priority date is 2011 June, and I filed the downgraded application in EB2 to EB3. And at the time of applying, my passport had a validity. My Indian passport had a validity. And now, in this time, I have applied for a new passport, and then it's valid up to 10 years more. So my question is, do I need to inform the USCIS?
No, you don't need to inform. You don't need to inform. You're under no obligation to inform. You're fine. And when the dates become current and things are matured enough, even if your passport is expired, they will issue a green card for you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And I have one more question. So basically, I mean, I have the H1B valid up to 2 years more. Now, is it okay to change the client, because next few months I'm expecting my dates to be current. So I mean, so what is your suggestion?
Are you trying to change to a different company? Is that what you said?
No, it's the same company but different client.
That's fine.
I mean,
you don't have to inform. You don't have to do anything if you change the client right now for the 485 application. You don't have to do anything.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. On to our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, let's take a question. This is from Saket Kumar. Says, filed adjustment of status on October 22nd in EB2 in the National Benefit Center. Priority date of Jan 15, 2011. Biometric completed in March. How long is a wait to receive EAD? If final date is current, should we submit medical to expedite the GC?
I would submit the medical for interfiling if the priority date is current. I would definitely do it though. Since his biometrics is done, I'm expecting EAD to come any day for him. Did you say what is his priority date? He said
priority date was Jan 15th of 2011.
2011. It's not. I think so. It's EB2 for him, I guess, or EB3.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you say EB2 or EB3?
EB2.
EB2. That's not current right now for him though, but it should be expected to current anytime soon. So EAD should be approved at any point of time from now onwards, since the biometrics is done.
Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take a caller, Andy. Caller from area code 281. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 281. We're ready for you. Please press *6 to unmute your line.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, sir. Please go ahead.
Hi, Nitya. Hi, Rahul. Thanks, first of all, for doing a great work for the community.
Thank you.
I have a couple of questions, Nitya and Rahul. My priority date is June 2019. Application is EB1C. And filed the adjustment of status in October 2020. October 2020, 19th October to be more precise. We have done the biometric in March. Already got the EAD for myself and my wife. Just wanted to check when I'll get the green card. Do you have any views based on?
Did you submit the medicals? Did you submit the medicals?
Oh yes, we did at the same time.
Okay, any day. We also have some cases that filed in October for EB1 that already got approved. So I would say any day. If your biometrics is done, you should be getting the EAD. You should get the green card any day. Even though when you go into the processing dates, it says that it's 36 months to 40 months. That is not true in the cases like yours when the final action date is correct.
Sure. So I have another question, Rahul. Suppose if I don't get my green card for some time, my wife is working, she is on L2 EAD. What will happen to the current ESD which she has got now? She need to inform her employer that she got a new EAD and she has to use the new one, or the old one will continue till
she can continue with the old one until it expires. She doesn't have to show them the new EAD that she got. She has two. She can use either of those things. L2 EAD, if she has already used, she's under no obligation to inform the employer. Once a green card comes through, she's under the obligation to inform the employer.
All right. Thanks, Nitya. Thanks, Rahul. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. All right. On to our next caller, Randy. In the meantime, we have a question. This is from Varsha M. She says, not receive biometrics after 180 days of receiving the EAD and advance parole. Is there anything that I can do?
After filing the 485 application, I'm assuming they have already
the EAD and advance parole. She said she hasn't received the biometrics.
Yeah, it's possible they may have used the biometrics that were done when they got the visa, though. It's possible. Have them chat with Emma. Emma is telling that if they have used any of the previous biometrics, though. It's at this point of time, we're very confused what Emma is telling, but there's a good possibility that they have used the biometrics that they have done before.
Okay. Awesome, Andy. Let's go to our caller. Caller from area code 651. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 651. Star 600 to unmute your line. Caller from area code 651.
Hello.
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 Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Hello, Nitya garu and Rahul garu. Thank you so much. By listening to your suggestions, I did turn down so many full-time offers, and I have been sitting with the same process. And I have been regretting not to take some steps back from 2008 on. So thank you so much for everything that you do for the community. Na question andi idi Charlie emanarante like EB2
lo me priority date eppudanడి మీది
2013 July 9th andi.
Did you file the downgrade application?
Yes. ఫైల్ చేశాను. EB3 డౌన్గ్రేడ్ కాంకరెంట్ ఫైలింగ్ చేశాము మీరు చెప్పినట్టు ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా. నాకు యాక్చువల్లీ కిడ్ ఉండే అండి. హీల్ బీ 15 in 1 week అన్నమాట. నా క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే లైక్ ఫైనల్ యాక్షన్ డే లెట్స్ సే మనం EB2 లో 485 పెట్టలేదు, ఫైనల్ యాక్షన్ డేట్ కరెంట్ అయ్యింది అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు 485 పెట్టచ్చా?
You mean to say can we now move to EB2? Is that the question? Yes. If the final action date of EB2 becomes the current, can you now move to EB2 and then consider that as a locking the kid's age? Good question. The answer is yes, you can. But to do that, though, you should not leave this company.
I'm not.
Okay.
As a question ledandi, company leave chesedi ledu. So, new application it will be, right?
No, it's not going to be a new application. You will do interfiling.
Okay. ఇంకో క్వశ్చన్ అండి, వన్స్ కిడ్స్ ఏజ్ లాక్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత గ్రీన్ కార్డ్ కోసం వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు డూ యూ సజెస్ట్ స్విచ్చింగ్ టు EAD ఆర్ స్టే ఆన్ ద H1?
Once the child's age is locked and he's protected in the CSPA, I'm going to move to EAD if I were you.
ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు రైట్ నౌ EB3 ఇంకా నేను ప్రీమియం ఏం పెట్టలేదండి. July 9th 2013 డేట్ EB3 డౌన్ గ్రేడ్ చేసాము. Do you suggest to do any premium or wait till the final action date?
Because of your son, I would wait for the final action date to become current to do the premium process.
ఫైనల్ యాక్షన్ డేట్ ఓపెన్ అయిన తర్వాత మనం ప్రీమియం పెడితే వాళ్ళు 30 days వెయిట్ చేయమని లెటర్ పంపిస్తున్నారు కదా, we have to wait or లేకపోతే ఇమీడియట్ గా పెడుతూ ఉండొచ్చా?
What we do is that we keep filing every week. You're not under no obligation to wait for 30 days.
Okay అండి, that is it. Thank you so much అండి.
Thank you ma'am, thank you so much for calling. Our next caller అండి, and let's take this question. This is from Arun Kumar. He says, if you get a promotion and new job duties do not change much, should we still file an amendment?
For the H1B or 482 application, two different things.
Anything.
Definitely, if it's a labor certification, it's a natural increment of the position, so that's perfectly fine. He doesn't have to do anything in the labor I-140 or adjustment of status. But when it comes to the H1B, though, the rules are a little bit more stricter in the H1B than that of. So if there is a material change, that's the word that they use, material change in the job duties, they have to file an amendment.
Okay. Thanks, Andy. Let's go to our caller. A caller from area code 732. We're ready for you.
Yeah.
Caller from area code
Hi, Nitya Garu.
Hello, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Nitya Garu. Hi, Rahul here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank you for all the service that you are doing for the community, as everyone said. So I have two questions, Rahul Garu. So first thing is, I am actually working, my priority date is April 29, 2015, EB2. And actually I am working as a lead integration developer at my current employer. And actually they're offering me a promotion as a manager integration developer. So do you recommend me to take that promotion at this point of time? And my second question is,
I would check with the company's HR, company's lawyer, because I don't think so you need to do anything in that. But it's not you who will determine that one, is that right? It's going to be your company's HR and your company's lawyer. If they say that even if you take the promotion, they're going to be filing the 485 application, I don't have a problem in taking the promotion. But if they say, no, we have to file the labor, I-140 and everything again, if I were you, I would not take the promotion.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't have a clarity about that. So yeah, even I was about to talk to them. But again, this is just in my preliminary discussions. So before even I get into a serious discussion with them, I just wanted to get that clarified. Yeah, again, thanks for the clarification. I will definitely check with them. And my second question is, actually my wife, she's on H4EAD and she is currently working remote, for a client in Texas. And we also got to know that my current employer is opening up remote options for 80% of our associates. And I being one of them, I just wanted to check, is it a safe option for me to take that work from remote option and move to Texas? Because my wife, she's a consultant and they are actually enforcing her to be in the office starting, I think, sometime in beginning of September. So I just wanted to check, is it safe for me to move down to Texas, given my wife, she has to be working in person starting from September.
So why are you concerned about you working in Texas? What is the problem that you have? What is the problem you're anticipating? Is it a 485 is a problem?
Yeah, exactly. Because I think starting this October 2021, I think I'm expecting at least.
So is your company a consulting company or a product-based company?
No, it's a product-based company. It's a retail company.
So check with the lawyers though, that if you move to Texas, would they have problem in filing the 485 application? Because technically speaking about, it's not where you are, it's where the job is offered for you though. If they say that still, let's say for example, it's Seattle, okay? If they say that we still have a job for this guy in Seattle, it's not a problem though. So you have to check with the lawyer to see if they will have a problem. And if they have a problem, I'm not moving, period. But if there is no problem, I'll move.
Okay, so basically in both the situations, I think you recommend me to check with both the HR as well as my company's attorney to see if it is going to pose any problems in applying for my 485 come this October if the dates move aggressively.
And if they don't have a problem, I will do these moves. But if they do have a problem, I'm not going to make those moves if I were you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, Rahul garu. And thanks a lot, Nitya garu.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah.
All right. Folks, we have been taking a lot of questions, but unfortunately, we are all out of time. Again, time somehow seems to go very fast during this show, Mata. I'm sorry for all the people who couldn't make it through the phone lines as well as the list of questions that we have. But thank you so much for sending in these questions, and thank you so much for being so patient and waiting to ask your questions on Mata. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being patient as always. This week's topic, I know, was a very interesting one in terms of it always comes down to what would Rahul do for you. And then you tell us that your name is also not Rahul 𝗟𝗪. So a lot of new disturbance. So thank you so much, Andy, for being here, supporting the community and to answer all of our questions as well. And to all of our TVASIA Telugu viewers, Andy, we'll see you next week, same time, and stay tuned, okay? Have a great week.
సాయి దత్త పీఠం మరియు కల్చరల్ సెంటర్ ప్రాణ ప్రతిష్ఠా మహోత్సవం 2021 మే 2 నుండి 8 వరకు అమెరికాలో మరో ఆధ్యాత్మిక దివ్య వైభవానికి సాయి దత్త పీఠం నాంది పలికింది. సౌత్ ప్లెయిన్ ఫీల్డ్ లో తాత్కాలిక ఆవాసంలో ఉన్న సాయి దత్త పీఠం ఇప్పుడు భక్తులకు మరింత చేరువయ్యేందుకు మరో అడుగు ముందుకు వేసింది. సాయి దత్త పీఠం ఎడిసన్ లో శ్రీ శివ విష్ణు మందిర ప్రాంగణాన్ని నిర్మించింది. ఇక ఆధ్యాత్మిక సేవలన్నీ ఎడిసన్ లోని శ్రీ సాయి దత్త పీఠం శ్రీ శివ విష్ణు ఆలయం నుండే అత్యంత వైభవంగా జరగనున్నాయి. న్యూజెర్సీలో హిందూ ఆధ్యాత్మిక వైభవాన్ని మరింత ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్లేందుకే సాయి దత్త పీఠం శ్రీ శివ విష్ణు ఆలయాన్ని సకల దేవతల సమాహారంగా తీర్చిదిద్దింది. 15కు పైగా దేవతామూర్తులను ఈ ఆలయంలో ఏర్పాటు చేయడంతో ఇది ఉత్తర అమెరికాలోనే ఒక ప్రత్యేక దివ్య ఆధ్యాత్మిక కేంద్రంగా శోభిల్లనుంది. మే 2 నుండి 8 వరకు జరిగే ఈ ప్రాణ ప్రతిష్ఠా మహోత్సవంలో భక్తులంతా పాల్గొనాలని సాయి దత్త పీఠం ఆహ్వానం పలుకుతోంది.
న్యూజెర్సీలో ఇల్లు కొనాలని కానీ అమ్మాలని కానీ అనుకుంటున్నారా? మీ నమ్మకమైన నేస్తంగా మీ ఇంటి క్రయ విక్రయాలను చేసి పెడుతోంది మీ లోవి రియల్టీ గ్రూప్. వేలాది డాలర్ల మీ కష్టార్జితాన్ని, ఎంతో విలువైన సమయాన్ని ఆదా చేస్తూ కేవలం $990 నామమాత్రపు ఫీజుతో ఖచ్చితమైన, సంతృప్తికరమైన లావాదేవీలను చేసిపెట్టే రియల్ ఏజెన్సీ లోవి. అంతేకాదు, మీరు కొన్న ఇంటి మీద మినిమం 1% క్యాష్ బ్యాక్ మీ క్లోజింగ్ కాస్ట్ లో పొందగలరు. మరిన్ని వివరాలకు ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.lovihomes.com. కాంటాక్ట్ 9083049621 or 9083371289.
Don't spend more money in selling your home. Instead, make more. For all your real estate needs, trust only Lovi. Lovi Realty Group makes it easy to sell your home. The Lovi Sale by Owner offers this.